Hi guys, it's Peter Rule from Inspired Astrologer and Quantum Healing Hypnosis. I just wanted to share with you today. I had one of the most amazing sessions that I've had with Quantum Healing Hypnosis. I had a lady who's an energy healer come to see me, and we took her into a past life, and she went into a previous lifetime of being in Tibet, and she was a Buddhist monk, and she came into a village and she saw this wise old woman who recognized her, and she described the village and the mountains and the snow-capped mountains, and then she said, "Oh, I've got to go further." So we went up and went further on from this village that she'd been in, and she stepped into another dimension, another place that showed the mountains, but it also showed like green grass, and it was like really quite lush, and it sounded very tropical like. And she stepped through a veil or into another dimension where there was like houses that were made of light, there was houses that were more earthy, and everything looked very vibrant. She couldn't even find words to describe this place that she was in, but it felt really familiar and it felt really good. And she met a being that was like quite tall, had blonde hair, blue eyes, not me, quite tall, and also another lady, and went to their place, and also she recognised her auntie who had passed over, who was also in this place. And it was just and they were sitting down having a meal and eating something that was like a cross between a peach and an apple. And she said that when she ate this type of fruit, it just filled her whole body with like this nectar, this energy that went right through her body. And they didn't even have to really eat food in this dimension. It was energy that was like light energy, as she described it, and she had just this amazing connection with this place. We then moved her on to another place that was very, very similar from this dimension, where she was in this dimension where this tall being, blonde hair, blue eyes being was there again. And she said that this particular being was her soulmate or twin flame. It was like another part of her. And she really felt this strong connection with them. And she described this place, and it was very, very similar in it was made of light. There was amazing structures. And it was like she was talking about what we would classify as the new earth, and did describe it like this new earth. And she'd stepped through the veil, and I said, "Well, let's go back and have a look at where you've been." And so she really didn't want to go back and have a look, but when she did move to that and have a look, she was really quite tense and felt tension in her third eye and in her forehead. And I got her to talk about it and not have any physical sensations. And she looked back at the earth, or the old earth as she was calling it, and it was like in a shudder. It was like shuddering. It was shedding, as the words that were said. It was like shedding the skin. It was releasing. There was movement of the earth, the crusts, as well as there was different seismic or activity going on the earth, and it was like a releasing of this old skin that it was doing. And this is what was talked about. And she was happy to come back and look in this beautiful energy space that she was looking at, and really described her existence there and her connection there with this place. And this really describes a lot about what's happening at the present moment. Later we called on the subconscious to discuss this, and she was really looking back at what was of the old earth and the shedding of the skin, so to speak, of this old earth that was releasing tension and build up of tensions. And it was like she was also guided not to look back. She was like not to go back there anymore. It's just to be in this place. And it's like she was on the precipice of stepping into a new, beautiful place in her life right now. We got a lot of other good answers for her as well with a private life. We did some healing with her as well in this session. It was probably one of the most profound sessions that I've done. There's so much more that was in that session, but I just thought I'd like to share with you this, I'll call it shedding the skin type of experience this lady went through with this old earth that's just on its way out. And it's really, the earth was squirming. She wasn't squirming as well. and this new earth that's coming in. And she spoke about when we called in the subconscious, how there were those that were not wanting to change. They wanted to stay in the negativity. They wanted to stay in that old place, and they were on the old earth. But she said there was people, and she's an energy healer, and she likes to wake people up. So she likes to go back, and she was going backwards and forwards between these two dimensions, going back and helping those that their heart was open, but they didn't have the spiritual skills or the knowledge to move forward into this new dimension, and she was helping them. And that's what she does with people in her healing work, is she helps people wake up. She's always done this. She's had many lifetimes before that she's done this sort of work, shamanism, healing work, and it's very much in her DNA to help wake people up. And so it was pretty amazing. Really honoured to have this person come in and have a session. Very, very healing for her, and great experience was had for her. And she felt like her third eye has opened up again, a lot more clearer, very connected already. And she said that there's those that are choosing to move into this new dimension now. They've done the work, they've opened their hearts, they're moving into that place where it's a lot more at ease. It's a better place than this old earth that's really moving and shaking and shedding its skin. And there'll be those that will choose to stay in the negativity, and those that will move into the positive. And there'll be those that won't know how to do that, and they will be the ones that will need the assistance. So thanks for listening, and see you soon.